Hey, good morning, everyone, to VIP pre-market prep. All right, all the text working this morning. All right, so yesterday we had a great day. We did a post-market wrap at 4 p.m. to hold ourselves accountable and see what we got right and wrong. And pretty much we nailed a whole bunch of calls in the morning, made some money on a couple picks. The only thing that didn't really take off yesterday was, which one was it? It was Rewalk. Rewalk had an okay day, but really didn't take off like the rest of the ones we called in the morning. So this morning, back to the chop. You can see Apple down 2%. I did see an analyst note out somewhere this morning. It's not on here. I think it was on Bloomberg. An analyst coming out and downgrading Apple because of consumer demand going lower. You can see SPY QQ falling off. There was some economic data out this morning. First of all, GDP came in line at 0.6%, but jobs report, there was some sort of jobs number much stronger than expected. Weekly jobless claims, which good. We're in the era right now of good news is bad news, right? It means the Fed can be tight. There's some fixed mixed numbers, a little confusion on some PCE number, which is an inflation number. So I'm not sure what to make of that. But basically, you can see we're chopping here, right? Back to the chop, but we're still scraping along that 200-week moving average. Still didn't quite touch it. And you know what? Not necessarily will we touch it in terms of that touch point being where you bounce strongly off of. I think the greater chance than not, we actually end up breaking below it and having several bad months or maybe even several bad quarters. But in the meantime, I'm looking for that bounce. But again, not necessarily does that bounce have to happen right off touching that level. I don't know. The QQQ did touch it, and I did hear somewhere maybe the S&P 500 actually has touched it. Just this ETF hasn't, because I did hear in the news yesterday that the S&P 500 has bounced off that 200-week moving average. But whatever the case, I'm still overweight in my trading account. But I got an opportunity to sell some stuff. Um, get into it a second. The things that I sold yesterday and this morning, trying to now raise cash as we make some money off of this bounce. But you can see this morning we're back to that playbook of bonds down, rates up. And again, is this a reaction to that economic data coming out this morning, or was yesterday just like a one-day relief rally and we're back to the routine? So I don't know the answer to that, but there you can see what the market's thinking right now with higher interest rate expectations on TLT lower and UUP higher. Monitoring oil and gas, we had a nice conversation yesterday in our weekly collaborative session. Matt, who's awesome on this stuff, on geopolitical stuff and natural resources, he was on the call with Carl, and we were talking about the call, the Nord Stream pipeline, and man, I was doing research on the Nord Stream pipeline. Look, this natural gas, I wish I could have a ticker for European natural gas because it was up 20% on Monday or Tuesday, the day that the explosion, the sabotage happened in the pipes. Has not reflected in U.S. natural gas, which tells you it's not a global market because you can't ship that natural gas easily from continent to continent. So now what's going to happen here is call, right? So call, Matt put this out weeks ago, and yesterday I finally got on the green on his idea because it's been volatile. And I don't know, maybe I'm thinking of adding more because Germany's in trouble, Europe's in trouble. They need alternative energy source for heating this winter, and that looks like it's going to be coal. Coal was up dramatically yesterday, BTU, and there's a couple other ones, ARCH, and there's a few call names, but BTU is the one that we talk about most, and I'm invested in. So I'm looking at possibly adding more BTU on weakness. All right, let's get into, before I get into Rumble, because there's a lot to talk about there. I just want to mention SIGA. SIGA, we picked up at the 200-day moving average. I was looking for 11. I got 11. I sold it this morning. Oh man, I tried to get like 11, 15, 20, but I was just not fast enough. By the time I got my order in, I got out at like 11:01. Now I did mention I think this does have room to 12, but because of the market situation and it's just hard to make money. Look, a lot of good indicators. RSI is still very low. MACD is about to flip. Bouncing off the 200, you can make it to the 20, $12. We have these catalysts coming, which verify what I've been talking about in terms of the fundamentals. monkeypox headlines, but these orders are going to keep on coming in. Even if monkeypox orders are down, don't have time to get into it right now, but they've had $27 million in new deals this week, 16 million and 10.7 million. This is a solid company. Technical supports are viable. And maybe I'll re-enter if it gets into the low to mid tens today. So thank you, Tony, for keeping that on our radar. And it wasn't only Tony; it was who was it? There was someone else in our community, Yosef, I think, who kept asking me, "Is it time for SIGA? Is it time for SIGA?" And I finally, at the 200th DMA, I said it's time for SIGA. So thank you for keeping that on our radar. All right, couple other things here. So go SIGA. Oh, CANO was up this morning on heavy volume. Polo put a note in a room in terms of this is that digital healthcare company. Oh, is it Humana? I thought it was CVS. Okay, I guess is it a bidding word between CVS and Humana? Yeah, it's CVS or Humana. All right, I thought it was CVS. So CVS or Humana looking to buy CANO, and so we're monitoring that. There was some report out this morning that those talks are accelerating. It was up initially, now it's down. Keeping an eye on talk for a sympathy move. I've been in this. I'm holding it. And we'll see what happens here. This 20 DMA is declining. It's only 110 now. But who was it? So we have a thesis from someone I shared in the stock test room saying that this could be bought out for $3-4. They turned down a $3 offer just recently in June, which is pretty telling. And it's close to being EV negative. It was when it was in the 80s. I think it's just slightly above EV 0 now. So this is a really interesting one as far as a sympathy play and a potential M&A target. So looking at talk carefully, maybe I'll add more if it drops, and obviously be selling some rips. DRIO also may benefit from conversations around what's happening with CANO, although this had a great day yesterday. There was a massive, massive buyer in DRIO. Someone trying to buy 126,000 shares, not hiding his intentions. The stock broke over the 20 DMA, the 50 DMAs up at 511 and declining towards $5. You can see $5 resistance level. So I think $5 right now is the resistance level. It's tough to say what's going to happen in a market down day, but I think the pressure is going to be to the upside, generally speaking, over the next several days because of the catalysts coming up on October 15th, and perhaps because of the additional sentiment from what's going on with CANO. All right, let me get into now a couple other. I'm going to do RUM last, okay? So HYRE, there was an insider buy. This one's not working for me. I jumped in when I saw that news, and I got in at 99 cents. So we'll see. I don't know. I really don't love the story here. I know we'll see what Niraj has to say about that in the community. I just don't feel that this is the right type of stock going into a recession. I could be wrong, but I don't know. I don't love consumers spending money on these car services when money is tight. I don't know. Is it cheaper to take your own car? Cheaper to walk? Shop less? I'm not sure. But anyway, that's the story with HYRE. I personally am looking to flip that real quick, but it has room to 110 on the upside there, 20 DMA resistance. If it goes above that, it does have room to go higher than, appreciably higher than that into the 120s. But that was a quick trade for me on that $1 million insider buy, which I'll be looking to get out of soon. LILM had some news this morning. This is an EV jet company. There was no numbers attached to this deal that Globe Air wants to buy a dozen LILM jets. No numbers attached to it. So I don't know. This seems like, because this is way far out in the future. I'm thinking this deal is very speculative, and it depends on a whole bunch of other things happening over the next few years. I don't even think they've built their prototype yet. So this is a long way off, and maybe why the market's not rewarding this. If there were numbers attached to this, maybe the market would be rewarding it more in pre-market, but that's something I'm watching. I'll leave on my watch list just in case there's some sort of delayed reaction, or in case we get to I don't know where the support level is on this. It's below the 20 DMA. I'm not sure. So I'm not chomping at the bit to buy it. I'll just be watching that. ACTG, I put the thesis in the room from Matt Kolb. I don't remember the details. You can look it up. Just search for ACTG in the VIP trading room. You'll see the thesis. He's looking for a catalyst some sort of debt restructuring, I think it is. But I was looking for a catalyst that can take this stock up 10 to 20% within the next few days, possibly. I trust Matt Kolb's research. Obviously, not going to be a huge position because it's not my own research. You always have more conviction when it's your own research. Okay, so that's ACTG. CVV, we just killed that yesterday. Got in early on this sale lease buyback on the real estate. They're getting over $20 million in cash on small market cap. I did sell some around 518. I still have the bulk. I was looking for 540, well, 550 yesterday, but I put my order in at 540. Just because it's hard to fill exactly at those resistance levels. But over the 50 DMA, I'm hopeful that I'll have a chance to sell at 540 plus today. My trading shares, I did buy also add. I already had a small position in my IRA, added more in my IRA. SEAC, something I'm just watching. I'm still in this. This trade hasn't worked out for me, but because the EV is so low here and the company is basically at cash flow neutral now, as of last quarter, and there's been a good amount of insider buying. So I'm going to hold this. I just saw a little bit of action this morning. It's only 4,000 shares. They're pretty meaningless, but I'm just watching this to see if I can exit this at or around 55 to 60 cents, right above that 50 DMA. I'm hoping for a pop above that at some point. KMPH worked out really well for us. Did I sell any yesterday? No, I didn't. But I got in at a good price, but I'm still holding in the 620s. Got in at like the 570s the other day. Nice move above all the key moving averages. Lots of good catalysts. Fundamentals look good. I think I'm going to try to hold this through market volatility and get a much better price on that. All right. So with that, we're going to talk about DRIO talk. We're going to talk about RUM. So RUM's pulling back. I think in the next week, RUM is a stock you can buy aggressively when it drops. This is going to hold up because Elon Musk is going to be in an exclusive interview only on Rumble next Wednesday. And I think this reaction here came a couple hours after I posted it because I was listening to the show live, the Russell Brand show, when he mentioned it. I put it in our room immediately, but it wasn't until a couple hours later until big social media accounts in Benzinga started posting about it a couple hours later. I think that's what this move is related to. And the more I thought about it last night, the more I'm thinking this could be a serious catalyst. Yeah, it's one show, one guest, but this is a big deal. If you want to hear what Elon Musk has to say, you have to either go to rumble.com or download the app. And that's going to that's going to keep a bid under this stock. So I've been trading this really well because I understand both the bull thesis and the bear thesis. And I know the bulls are going to come out and support this stock on any kind of pullback. And I know that fundamentally it's overvalued and the bears will come in and try to sell it off. So understanding both the bull and bear perspective here has made me a great trader on both RUM and the warrants RUMBW. So I don't know, like if we get a pullback, I have a nice amount now, so I'm not chomping at the bit to buy at 1270. But if we get a pull, I think I also sold some over 13 yesterday. I bought some below 12, so I really played this well yesterday. So if we get a move like to, I'll have to see what the intraday support levels are as the day develops. But, you know, if we get like a sharp red candle and the thing drops like 30, 40, 50 cents, like I'll be all over it. You know, it's going to go back up. You know, I'm sticking with that thesis on RUM and Rumble, and that's going to be Wednesday, that interview with Elon Musk. So, by the way, the app rankings are really holding up well. They got that big bump with Andrew Tate, and it's held its bump up there at a pretty high level in terms of the ranking on the iOS App Store in the photo and video category. They're in the top 10 or so. That's pretty amazing. I mean, you maintain a level like that, you're going to be worth $5 to $15 billion, right? They're like $3 billion right now. So I think, you know, I have pretty high conviction that you can buy the dips here. Just don't go all in. Like, remember, it's overvalued, and technically, fundamentally, it's worth like $5 or so. That's all still in play. So if you get after you pass all these catalysts and there's no other catalysts remaining, is the market's crashing? Yeah, it could pull back to $6 or $7. Always a possibility. So be careful. And if it does, it's going to bounce back up to over 10 pretty quick, right? So great trading vehicle, RUM is. So Let's see if there was anything else I missed over here. We got the canoe talk. Talk is looking interesting. Just check the bid on that. I do have a nice amount of this I bought at a good price, so I'm can't wait to sell that on a pop. Oh, did I say Warren Buffett bought Oxy? No, I didn't. See more over 20% now, like over 21% of the company I think he owns now. That is insane. So Occidental Petroleum, let's call it like Warren Buffett Petroleum soon. Unbelievable. All right, so makes me a little more bullish on oil, huh? After that conversation we had with Matt and Carl yesterday, maybe I got to pick up some oil stocks. I got a ton of alternative energy stocks like uranium and lithium and EV related stuff and wind energy, but I don't really have direct oil and gas. I'm happy to have coal now with their call name, so that's good. Now I forgot the call name. What was it? What was our call name, guys? BTU, Peabody Energy. So happy to that, but I have no direct oil and natural gas exposure. I've missed that whole boat because of ESG. I've been brainwashed like, oh, oil's gonna die in 5 years. Who cares how much money they're making now? You got to be in alternative energy. I fell for that for the last decade, as did a lot of people, and it's still impacting me. Still having a hard time, getting excited about going long oil. So unbelievable. All right. Let's just see if we missed any news here in the last 20 minutes. Rumble subscription product locals launches Content Plus for movies, specials, and other on demand content. So, don't know what that is about. Doesn't look like something so market moving. Always good to see them make updates, but I don't think that's going to be particularly market moving. And that's all we got. We got some news on Dick's and Peloton you can go look at. We had Bed Bath and Beyond earnings this morning, which were a miss, and the stock is down. How much is it down? Oh, I know. Now it's up. Look at that. Right, maybe it was baked in. So I guess that was baked in. And that's all I got for you. It's Thursday. I'm going to try to do 4 p.m. We'll try to do it. We'll try to do the post market wrap to see if what we talked about kind of came to fruition. Although I didn't have many predictions for you today, did I? Just that things I'm watching, right? We're watching Talk and DRIO because of CANO. I'm thinking of getting more call. ACTG, we're waiting for a pop. HYRE, I'm waiting to exit. SIGA, I'm looking to buy back in like the low 10s. CVV, I'm looking to sell over 540 if I can, hoping for a pop in SEAC. So I really don't have any strong predictions of what to jump on this morning. All right, guys, good luck, except if RUM crashes 40 cents or 50 cents. I'll be all over that. Thanks for joining us. Let's continue collaborating in the room. Listen, at least half of the knowledge that I share with you here is from the collaboration in the rooms. A lot of it you see in the VIP trading and research room. Some of it you'll only see if you show up to our Zoom events, like we had yesterday at 4 p.m. Some of it are in private messages to me. So keep the collaboration going. I get smarter, with your input. It doesn't work without you. So keep it going, guys. The light is at the end of the tunnel. We're going to make a lot of money here in the next couple of years. All right. Keep the faith. Keep on doing your research and hang in there. See you soon.